Hi, I'm Charlie.
And I'm Chris from Japanese Girls.
And you are watching Permanent Rain Press.
Hey guys, it's the Permanent Rain Press. Today I'm here with Japanese Girls. How are you guys doing today?
Pretty
I'm
good.
really great, thank you.
Are you guys enjoying the nice weather Vancouver's been having?
It's been unreal.
It's nice. It's early. Normally not this nice this early.
I don't think it's gonna last long.
No, we'll probably have a solid 3 weeks of rain, and then it will be.
And it'll be summer, right? Okay, so you guys will be releasing your debut album, Circulation, this summer.
Yeah.
Kind of tossing two questions into one because we did receive a fan question for you guys.
Oh, right.
What inspires your music and what is the writing process like?
Well, I can only really speak lyrically. I guess I could speak to the music as well. When I'm listening to a really great album, I get inspired. So I started listening to St. Vincent's most recent album, and I just love her so much, and it just kind of made me want to write a lot, and same as Dirty Projectors made me want to write recently as well. So I've been really inspired by those guys, and then lyrically I'm inspired by my own life quite a bit. The write what you know thing I take to heart. I didn't used to. I used to make things up out of thin air. I've got like my albums when I was 13 or 14 were all about, characters I'd invented and stuff, but now it's mostly things that have actually happened, because I don't know, I guess I can connect with it easier. Also, I'm just incredibly inspired by film. I'm just a huge film buff, and there's a lot of that comes through on the record. There's a Inglourious Basterds reference that you might catch on Mushrooms, and there's a reference to the Sandlot and Smalls that a lot of people have picked up on and been supportive of, and the song Brandon is based off a movie that's a real life story called Boys Don't Cry, about Brandon Tina, who was basically a man trapped in a woman's body, and her life was, or his life I should say, was a terrible tragedy, and it's just I wanted to bring awareness to that, and if you haven't heard of Brandon Tina, Google her, and that's what the song Brandon's about. Yeah.
And as far as writing process goes, most of the tracks on this album, I think except for Laughing Gas, Charlie would come to practice with, a verse or two verses and like a chorus or like a guitar line, and sort of we would take that and we'd all sit down with our well, no, we never sit down. We're all standing up with our instruments, and we kind of just loop it, and we start basic, and we start sort of pretty much doing it carbon copy of what Charlie's done, and then we sort of Japanese Girlsify the tracks and turn them from a stripped down one man and a guitar and a voice to, drums, bass, guitar, voice, sometimes two voices, and they sort of evolve. So, and the thing we like to do is, especially when you're writing a song, if you spend too long on the same song, like we found if we are just like drilling it for an hour and a half, it starts to lose its magic, and it starts to almost feel like a chore. So one thing that's really important to us is that we always know as a band when to stop. Like if we don't want to sort of like drill something into the ground so that it's no fun. If we're not having fun playing it, then how are we going to write a fun song? How are we going to write a great song if we're not enjoying what we're playing right at that moment? So we always know it's like, okay, let's put that one to rest, maybe come back to it at the end of practice, maybe come back to it and save it for next practice. And just over the weeks it evolves, and then by the time we get it ready to play live for the first time, that's when we really sort of test it out, see if it's got wings or not, and then see how the audience reacts to it. And then when we go to the next practice, like, okay, like the audience really liked this part, like maybe we should do just drums and bass, and the guitar should be step back for this verse, or maybe it should just be guitar and vocals, and like we'll see how that happens and how that sounds, and we'll just try everything out until we get that arrangement super dialed in.
Definitely a long and creative process.
It is. Yeah.
We never really look at songs as finished. And then it's weird when you take a song and then you finally record it and you turn it into, you know, an album version, and then it's like, it's almost like it's set in stone that, you know, okay, that's how you play the song from here on out, because that's what people are going to be expecting when they come to the show. So that's kind of normally like the nail in the coffin for when a song is finished. Once we've laid it down on a recording, it doesn't tend to change too much after that. But like up until in the studio, you're still evolving and changing little things.
Steve, who produced our record, and Justin, who produced the last record, actually had a lot to do with how the songs ended up sounding and the arrangements as well.
Yeah.
So as a band, we get to a certain point, and then it's always good to have fresh ears. I mean, Smalls, the single, Steve had ideas on that that we never would have thought of, which really improved the song.
Yeah, and Smalls has been getting lots of great responses. You will be releasing a music video in the coming weeks for it. Can you share any details about that?
Sure.
Well, we did a music video, and this is definitely like the most sort of, I would say, the highest budget music video we've done. We've got a couple of music videos.
Most professional.
Definitely most professional music video we've ever done. Like we rented out the Cobalt for 2 days and we filmed in there. And yeah. Well, we were going for like a dark themed music video, and it's a hybrid of a it's basically a performance video. Like 75% of the shots are, you know, us playing our instruments and rocking out and Charlie singing to the track. And then sort of after it, there's a little bit in it, kind of like if you've ever seen the Hardest Button to Button music video, where the White Stripes, where they're sort of, they are jumping across the frame of the screen, and we filmed it all at like 125% speed. So we actually, we filmed it slower.
Yeah.
So we filmed so we're playing the song slower, so that when they play it back real time, it looks like we're just moving super fast and like sort of jagged and like this raw feel to it. And then after the bridge, we sort of get all in Sugar Skull makeup, and we're in this like dark, dingy, like wooden room, and it's just it's a good video. I'm really excited to see what the final product looks like.
Yeah, it's wild. It might be my favorite one so far. That or Mushrooms.
Yeah.
And you guys were on the Western Canadian portion of Mounties tour. Was
Yep.
that your first major touring experience?
We toured with July Talk. We toured with July Talk in November, and it was 4 dates. And then we flew to Spain to play 2 gigs in Spain. But that was pretty much our entire touring experience before the Mounties tour. Yeah.
So have you gotten to get the pros and cons of tour life yet? Figured it out?
I'd see there only being pros, but
The only con is your bank account. That's it. Like,
yeah, that's it.
Other than that, it's all gravy. Like, you know, that's coming from a young band that hasn't done like the 6 months straight on the road. Like, but like none of us we don't have kids. Like, you know, we don't have
wives.
Well, one of us has a wife, but it's like Charlie and I have no problems. Like if our label or somebody was like, hey, pack your bags, you're going to be on the road for a year, like say goodbye to your family, I would be ecstatic. Like it's
yeah, I hate those guys.
How does your family feel about
my
that?
family would be happy for me. They'd be like,
Go explore the
go
world.
do it. Like they want to see us get this done while we're young, right?
Yeah, my family as well is incredibly supportive.
They're yeah, it's good. The road it's like the best feeling in the world. You know, you play an awesome show at night. You know, you go back to your hotel room, you party with the other guys, like you hang out until like 3-4 in the morning, you sleep for barely enough hours, and then you wake up, have a big breakfast, drive to the next city, do it all over again.
I'm missing it right now.
Well, at the end of May, you'll be in Singapore for Music Matters Live.
Yeah.
How fun do you expect that to be, performing for crowds so far away from home?
Well, if it's anything like Spain, it'll just be, you know, the second best night of my life, I guess. Yeah. Like it was so wild playing in Spain and having them kind of know the lyrics to some of our songs and be singing along, but know that there was a language barrier, and like they were just such wild crowds over there. They were so hungry for music. It was so much fun, and I fingers crossed Singapore's the same way.
Did you get to experience the culture there at all? Have a couple of days off?
Oh,
In Spain, yeah, we spent like 5 or 6 days.
6 nights?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, no, we definitely mixed with the locals, and
the very first night we got there, we were all like, we'd been like a 36-hour travel day. We'd been partying hard for the BC leg of the tour, and we got there and we got to Spain and we're like, okay, tonight we just take it easy, you know, we're just gonna go get some dinner, we're not gonna get into anything crazy. And then of course we end up meeting, like, in our hotel, a band that was playing that night, and we went
London Grammar.
Went and saw their band at the venue that was right next to our hotel that we were going to be playing at in a couple days. And then we ended up meeting this group of college students that were doing a language exchange, like, and they were from like the States, and one of the guys was from Vietnam, and they already knew who our band was. Like, they didn't recognize us, but we had these lanyards on. They're like, oh, like, what band are you guys? And we're like, oh, we're in a band called Japanese Girls. And one of the guys, a guy named Chun, was like, no way, like, I've already looked you guys up, like, you're one of my favorite acts, like, that's playing this festival, like, I'm coming to both your shows. And then they just like took us around Spain. We were drinking wine till like 6 in the morning. It was...
Yeah, wine is like €1 for a glass.
Like €1.20 for a serious glass of red wine.
It was wild.
Surreal experience.
Definitely. That was not one I thought I'd ever do in my life, so that was really, really cool.
It's great. Now we get to see what Singapore has to offer. I'm expecting the booze is probably going to be a little more expensive in Singapore, and like, we can't spit on the street, but
gum is illegal.
Gum is illegal? Shucks.
All the gum I chew. If Fisherman's Friends are illegal, I'll be screwed.
You just can't spit them out.
That's true.
Okay, so next we have a couple fill-in-the-blank questions.
Yeah!
So I guess I'll say the prompt and then you guys can say your response.
I feel really dorky about my what inspires my music question. I felt like I stumbled all over that. I'd like to try that again later.
We'll fix it in post.
Yeah.
Okay.
They can't make me seem smart with editing, but we'll see.
If I owned a hamster, I would name it...
Shortbread.
Peanut.
Those are both like really cute names.
We're really cute guys.
One thing... Okay, I'm assuming you guys know Starbucks and not enjoy their drinks. So
sure.
One thing I always order and one thing I never order is...
Oprah chai tea latte and any of their food.
Always would be a glass of water. Tap water.
Never?
Never. Anything with Iato in the end of it, or blended.
Yeah.
I definitely was partial to strawberry frappuccinos when I was like 11.
Yeah, I liked the vanilla ones with no coffee when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But now, I got into eating caramel frappuccinos when I spent time in Tokyo. Me and my buddy would keep eating those. Drinking those? Do you eat them or drink them? Frappuccinos. They're solid liquids. I don't know. Anyway.
I can't bite the price tag.
These are terrific questions.
The money thing, right? Hurts my wallet. Especially if you're on the road and it's like, oh, Starbucks all the time. It's probably like, I can't go there.
I want Starbucks all the time, said by nobody in Japanese Girls ever.
Oh, do you guys?
Unless Starbucks, you want to put our music on display right by the till, then like we'll say whatever you want.
We'll be next to Feist and Jack Johnson.
Okay.
No disrespect to either.
Our signature question: if each of you could be any ice cream flavor, which would you be and why?
I want to say mint chocolate chip, but I know Richard said that. But that's my favorite kind of ice cream. What else is good? I liked Tiger as a kid, and I liked it because it was called Tiger, and it didn't really matter what it tastes like. I was just really into animals at the time. But now I actually really enjoy the flavor of Tiger, so that's what I'd be. Thing that.
Orange.
It's orange and licorice.
Yeah, like orange sorbet.
I mean, by all, you know.
I used to like Tiger.
Tiger's alright.
I would have to say...
What would you be?
Oh, obviously rum raisin, not because of the flavors
Alcoholism?
but because I'm 15% booze at any given time.
Nice.
Those are good answers.
Thanks.
Okay, that about wraps things up. Do you have a quick message for your fans?
Look out for Circulation. I absolutely am incredibly proud of the album we made, produced by Steve Bays and mastered by Greg Calby. It's we really worked hard on it, and you guys have been incredible fans so far, and anytime there's a vote or a contest, you guys really step up to the plate and really doesn't go unnoticed. We have incredible fans and friends. Thank you.
I just want to say that when we released Shark Week, we'd already been sitting on it for a while, and we were so proud of that, and that already has done better than we ever could have possibly dreamed. And now that we have this new record coming out that's current for us, and we just can't wait for it to hit shelves and for it to be on bedroom CD players and listening to it on iTunes, listening through it on your iPod when you're walking to the train. Like, I just can't wait for people to take the album and embrace it as something that means something to them, because it means so much to us.
So thank you guys so much for taking the time to chat with us.
It was really our pleasure.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yeah.
And make sure you mark your calendars for Japanese Girl's debut album, Circulation, and the Smalls music video, which will be coming out 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Yeah, I think May 12th.
May 12th is when the video's coming out?
Oh, that's
maybe we see it. I don't know.
soon. It's coming out soon, so keep an eye out on their social media links. And yeah, see you next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.